Dear Diary, if someone told me a year ago that my life would turn into one of those dramatic stories people whisper about in school hallways, I would have laughed. But today, I'm living inside one. My name is Anna, and at Eastwood High, I'm invisible. Not the cool kind of invisible. The kind where teachers forget to call your name. The kind where classmates bump into you and don't even apologize. The kind where people only notice you when they need someone to copy homework from. I sit at the back of the class. I wear hand-me-down clothes. I eat alone. And I've learned something important. Being quiet doesn't mean you don't feel pain. It just means you suffer silently. Today, Jasmine laughed at me again. She's the most popular girl in school. Perfect hair, perfect smile, perfect life, or so everyone thinks. When I walked past her locker, she looked at my shoes and said loudly, "Wow, Anna, did those come from the trash or the museum?" Her friends burst into laughter. I wanted to disappear. But instead, I kept walking. Because crying in front of them would only make it worse. Sometimes I wonder why my life turned out like this. I wasn't always poor. I wasn't always lonely. When I was little, my dad used to tuck me into bed every night and say, "Anna, one day you'll change the world." But when I was 10, everything collapsed. My dad lost his job. Our house was sold. My mom started working 2 jobs, and just like that, we went from comfort to survival. No one at school knows this. They just see a poor girl, not a fighter. Something strange happened today. During math class, the principal walked in and called my name. My heart almost stopped. I thought I was in trouble. "Ed," he said, "Anna, please come with me." The entire class stared. Jasmine smirked like she'd already won. But when we reached the office, I saw a man in a suit waiting. He stood up slowly and stared at me. Then he smiled. "Hello, Anna," he said. "I'm Mr. Ken." I had never seen him before. He looked important. The principal cleared his throat. "Anna, Mr. Ken is here to discuss a scholarship opportunity." A scholarship for me. I thought they made a mistake. Mr. Ken explained everything. Apparently, I scored in the top 1% nationwide on a standardized exam I took months ago. I barely remembered taking it. He said, "You're exceptionally gifted, Amara, not just academically, but creatively." I didn't know what to say. No one had ever called me gifted before. Before I left, he handed me a business card and said, "Your future is much bigger than this school." For the first time in years, I felt hope. I made a mistake. I told my mom about the scholarship. She hugged me so tightly I couldn't breathe. She cried, but later that night, I overheard her talking on the phone. Yes, she doesn't know yet, I didn't tell her about her father's trust fund. My stomach dropped. Trust fund? My dad had money. I stood frozen outside her door. I confronted my mom. At first, she denied it. Then she sat down and started crying. She told me the truth. Before my dad died, he secretly invested in a tech startup. The company recently exploded. The money, it's worth millions. She said she hid it because she didn't want me growing up spoiled or targeted. She wanted me to know struggle. She wanted me to be strong. I didn't know whether to be angry or grateful. All I knew was I wasn't poor. I never was. I decided to keep the secret. No one at school needed to know, not yet, but Jasmine kept pushing me. She accidentally spilled juice on my notebook. She told people I smelled. She started a rumor that I lived in a shelter. Something inside me snapped, not loudly, not dramatically, quietly. I looked at her and said calmly, "You only feel powerful because everyone is afraid of you." The hallway went silent. Jasmine's smile disappeared. 2 weeks later, something shocking happened. Mr. Ken returned. This time, he came to the school assembly. On stage, he announced, "Our company is launching a youth innovation program. The first student selected is Anna Johnson." The entire school gasped. Jasmine's jaw dropped. He explained I would receive mentorship, funding, and national exposure. Then he said something I didn't expect. And I'd also like to acknowledge that Amara is one of the youngest shareholders in our company. Silence, complete silence. Everyone stared at me like I was a stranger. Jasmine looked like she'd seen a ghost. After that day, everything changed. People who ignored me now smiled. Teachers suddenly cared. Students wanted to sit next to me, but you know what hurt the most? Jasmine tried to be my friend. She said, "I always knew you were special." Liar. I didn't accept her apology, not out of revenge, but because I learned something important. Not everyone deserves access to your heart. I didn't become loud. I didn't become mean. I didn't rub my success in anyone's face. I stayed the same because my worth was never about money. It was about resilience, about surviving when no one believed in me, about believing in myself when the world didn't. Dear Diary, today I looked in the mirror and finally saw someone I'm proud of. Not the poor girl, not the scholarship girl, not the rich girl, just Anna, strong, quiet, unbreakable. And maybe Dad was right after all. One day, I really will change the world. Thank you for watching. Please support my channel by subscribing.